Okay, welcome to a video demonstration of how to play Knights of Cribbage and Courage. As you can see, I've got a cribbage board here. It's got 3 lanes. It's not necessary to have 3 lanes, but boy is it nice. I've also got all of the separated out all of the face cards here because they serve a very different purpose in this game. You can think of them more as characters and levels up of characters, like evolutions of characters, rather than 10s. They still function as 10s for some purposes of the game, but they are more thought of as characters. And the rest of the numbers are in this deck, and they function as HP like modifiers. They function as weapons in some cases. They function as monsters to defeat, and they also add to your stats. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do, I spared you from what passes for shuffling in this household. We will cut the deck. That kind of makes it look like I rigged it. 7 of Hearts. Okay, so that means our first character is the Jack of Hearts. And our final rival character is going to be the Jack of Diamonds. Now, so we have the Jack of Hearts. And we draw 2 more cards. A 3 and another 3. Okay. We will be deferring the 3 of diamonds for a specific reason, which is that in order to unlock different characters, you have to have one of their suit in your deck. I'm never going to be able to get the Jack of Diamonds because the Jack of Diamonds is my rival. So, I will take the 3 of clubs. Now we will be calculating our EXP, which is 7 plus 3. So we get 10 experience points. I'm using the red peg to do experience and the green peg to do my health. So, and our starting health is that number plus 10 because of the Jack. So we're starting with 20 health. And then that's the setup of the game in order to start. And now we can kind of get into the actual gameplay. So the first thing we're going to do is draw from the numbers deck. 5 of Hearts. What you do, you draw a card, and if you like it, then you can fight that card, and you have to defer the next card. If you don't like this one, you defer that one, and then you have to fight the next card. I like this one. I'm going to take that. There is also a lot of die rolling in this game, which I would do physically, except that I have a cat, and he really doesn't like it when I do it. So I will be using this app on my phone, which has a very broken screen. In order to start a fight, we have 5 times the number of face cards we have in our hand, currently only 1. So 5 times 1 is 5. That means the enemy has 5 health. So I've been using the blue lane here to denote enemy health. So a 5 is going to roll a d6. The odd numbers, you just scale up to whatever the next number is. So 5 rolls d6, 9 rolls d10, 7 rolls d8, etc. So we will roll 6 for the 5. It rolls a 4, you multiply that by the number of face cards we have. We've only got 1, so the first couple of calculations are going to be really easy. So 4, and then the Jack also rolls a d6, so 4 minus 3. So it does 1 damage to us. That's EXP. This is the one I want. Next, so that's 1 round, pretty easy. It rolls a 5, I roll a 3, which means it does 2 damage to me. So now at this point, I'm starting to look at this. This is annoying that I am losing to such a low-level thing. So I'm going to use my ability, which all 4 suits have different abilities. Normally you would discard this, but I'm just going to use it. So I will use the 7 of Hearts to heal for 7, but because it is a heart card that I am healing with, it heals for double. So that's going to heal for 14. So there's 3, 8, 13, 14. So now I'm up to 31 health. That gives me more of a chance in this fight. All right. So then the 5 rolls a 3, and I roll a 2. Jeez, man, I'm having rotten luck today. It rolls a 3, I roll 4. There we go. Okay, so now we add this to our discard pile. And after a battle, you undo all of the abilities that you used. So everything that you used, you can use it again in the next battle. This is our discard pile. It will now become our draw pile, which you can do at any time, but I'm just going to do it now because we're going to have another battle here in a second. That also adds 5 to our EXP and to our health. There we go. All right, our next battle, an 8. It rolls a 2. We roll a 2. Wow. It rolls an 8. We roll a 2. Okay, so I can finally use one of these. It rolls an 8. We roll a 2, which is for 6 damage. However, because I have a weapon that is less than or equal to 6, I can discard this, or I can, discard like that, which will negate 3 of those damage points. So now instead of hitting us for 6, it hits us for 3, which is nice. And then we pull from our draw pile. And we can go ahead and make that our discard pile. Okay, so that's good. Finally got to show that off. It rolls a 2, we roll a 6. There we go. Okay, so we get this 8 that adds 8 to our experience and 8 to our health. We can go ahead and put that in the discard pile. Okay, and you'll kind of see, because this is just a video, that we have now passed the 20 on the cribbage board, which means I can choose either a new friend or I could upgrade to the Queen of Hearts. I think what I'm gonna do, just based on the ability, I'm going to take the Jack of Spades. So the different abilities, in this case, the heart allows you to heal. If you heal with a heart, then you get double health. The Jack of Spades, when you lose a roll, if you deflect, so like I did with that 3 earlier, you can use the Jack of Spades and then you reflect that damage back. So I would get hit for whatever it was, but then they would get hit for 3. The club works kind of the opposite of the spade, where if you win the roll, you can use one of your currently available weapons to do extra damage. And all 3 of those double the effect if the card that you use is the same suit as the card of the ability. So healing with a heart doubles the healing, reflecting damage with a spade doubles the reflection, and doing extra damage with a club does double extra damage. And then the diamond, I'm really glad I didn't open with the diamond, because its ability is to revive an ability. So if I had already reflected something and I had the Jack of Diamonds here instead, I could then use that after a round to revive this, and then the next turn I could reflect more damage. So that's the basics of that. And then now, because I have 2 jacks here, I can have 3 available weapons. So now, because I have 2 jacks, whatever it rolls, you multiply by 2, because I have 2 face cards. And because I have 2 face cards, it also starts with 10 health instead of 5 health. All right, so it rolls 3 times 2 is 6. But I also get 2 rolls from the jacks. So I get a 2 and a 5. So actually, I get 7, they had 6, so we hit them for 1. If I had the Jack of Clubs here, I could use one of these to do extra damage there. But I have the reflection because I had been getting hit a lot. Okay, so then next round. You know what? We reflect 6, and then we do 5. Okay, so there we win. We get the 5. We get 5 health. We get 5 experience. And reset those. Kind of hoping I pull an ace here at some point. We'll see. Hey, look at that. Okay, so I pulled the ace of spades. Lemmy would be so proud. When you pull one of these, you can automatically add it to what I've been calling your hand, which is just up here, or you can physically hold it, but for purposes of this, we'll do it like this. These function ability-wise just like these. Now, during the course of a battle, I could reflect with this one, and then the next turn reflect with that one. And the aces have the same abilities as all the other things. And because they are a 1, we get 1 health and we get 1 EXP. And we don't have to defer after that. Okay, 5 of spades. Let's go big game hunting. Let's try and get something bigger than that. The 6 of spades, there we go. All right. 6 of spades has 12 health.